It's been such a while since I've filmed that I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Hello strangers, I'm Ravenna and this is my TBR for the Queer Lit Readathon. This readathon takes place from the 2nd to the 8th of December, so this upcoming Sunday. So the main goal of this readathon is to read queer books. There's also a bingo board of challenges to go along with that queer goal. So I've picked 7 books that double a lot of the challenges, so I should probably get all the challenges. I think I'll get bingo at least somehow. I've not properly did it, but it'll work out eventually. I might read more than that, but I figured I would just start with 7 because like that's realistic. One of the challenges is to read a book with an indigenous main character, and I've chosen to go Fire Song by Adam Gavin Jones. So I can't actually remember what this book's about other than it's queer and own voices because I have a horrible memory. I did look up what it was about, but now I can't remember. I know I could just read the summary, but I kind of like going blind into books, so I think I'll just leave myself in this state where I can't remember summaries. I'm really bad for like immediately forgetting the plots of books. Oh well. I wrote down what each book covers, but I think I'll just show it visually because that's more interesting. So this should cover these challenges, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong or if there's more. The second book I've got on my TBR is A Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy by Mackenzi Lee. So this is the sequel to A Gentleman's Guide to Vices and Virtue. I gave that book 3 out of 5 stars. Like, I don't know why. I didn't really like it, but like it took me months to finish listening to the audiobook. Maybe I was just not in the mood for it and that's why. There's nothing I could really tell you as to why I didn't like it. Maybe because it was historical, but it wasn't like solely historical. There was like other stuff going on. I'm hoping I'll like this book better because it's got an ace main character and pirates are always fun, even when realistic. Depressing, but still fun in terms of yeah, fuck the Empire. I can't fit that in. I don't know, it's one of those things like I'm interested to see how this goes, and I got the audiobook of this and I'm hoping I'll like it better than the first book. I'm mainly reading this book because it will cover the ace spectrum stuff and also I guess see yourself. I haven't told you guys this, but I'm secretly a pirate doctor. Books are weird. So this would cover A spectrum, obviously, also historical genre and see yourself for me. And I guess it could count as my usual genre because like I only like historical novels set during a specific time. Otherwise I usually don't get along with them. So I guess when I think of historical I immediately think of like upper class English people that I really don't care about. Basically if it's not that, unless it's the Victorians, because the Victorians are a special band of idiocy, and that's why I like them. So the next book is The Pants Project by Clarke, and this is about, I believe, a trans boy who goes to an all-girls school or something like that. So I think the main plot besides the transness aspect is that the main character wants to be able to wear pants / trousers instead of a skirt to school. And I'm not really sure what else is going on. So this is a middle grade and the only book by Clarke that I haven't read, so I'm excited to read it, but I don't know what it's going to be like because like, I really love Clarke's novels for YA, and I would call her books kind of like dark contemporaries. Like they're not completely thrillers, but they're on the dark side, and sometimes there's like a mystery aspect to what's going on. I wouldn't call them like complete thrillers because like that's not usually what I read them for. Like her last 5 books have had queer characters play a dominant role. Her last 2 books had bi main characters, if you want to check that out. And I guess that would count as some level on voices, but I don't actually know what she identifies to say. I just know that she is married to a woman. So next on my TBR I've got Bingo Love by T. Fangling, Jane St-Onge and Joyce Ann. I believe this is about two women who fall in love when they're teenagers, but then they end up separated or something like that through family, maybe? And then they meet up when they're much older at bingo, I presume. Or maybe bingo's always been the thing they've loved together. I don't know. I'm hoping that this is cute. I mean, it's probably going to be slightly sad, but I'm hoping it's cute at the end. So obviously this covers like graphic novel challenge and other things. So I also have what's meant to be the group read for this readathon, Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Ngan. But there's like a specific way to say it. I've seen people say this name, and now that I need to say it, it's completely gone from my head. That name, we'll just not butcher someone's name. I mean, even if I did know how to say it, I'd probably say it wrong anyway, because I've did that in the past. I'm like, yeah, that's how you say that name. And then I watched the video, I'm like, that's not even close. How did you not realise that? Moving on from my weird speech impediment things. So, this is some sort of fantasy with, I think, FF romance. I do like contemporaries, but I'm here for more queers elsewhere doing things, so fun. So this is meant to be the group read for this book, but no one else is guaranteed to read it. I've seen like no one else has it in their TBR where they're like, oh yeah, I'll definitely read this book. I mean, like, most of the hosts probably won't read it. So if you're reading this book, please comment down below. I haven't watched everyone's TBRs yet, but I guess we'll see. So the next book on my TBR is As You Descend by Robin Talley, and this is the cover, the disabled main character, which is a challenge I really want to cover because as a disabled main character myself, I think it's funny to refer to myself as the main character of my life. It's stupid, but it amuses me. Basically, as a disabled person myself, I like to read books about other disabled people and people with different conditions and stuff. So I think this is chronic pain, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised if I've got that wrong. This book hasn't arrived yet, and I'm kind of worried whether it'll arrive in time for the readathon. I do have backups of other books that haven't arrived yet. I am like, this is kind of an epic story. I bought that one, and I don't know if it's the main character, but there's definitely a character that's like hard of hearing. I thought it was the main character, but I've seen people say it's the love interest after buying the book. If all else goes wrong, I have this, which is Unbroken, 13 short stories starring disabled teens. So this is a book written by disabled authors about disabled characters. I've seen that there's at least one queer story in here, so if the other things don't show up, I could at least read this. At least read the story in here to get myself a disabled queer. I really suck at languages. I gotta say, I don't really like the cover of this book, like either side. And maybe it's just like a personal taste that I don't like the illustration style or something, or I don't know, there's just something about it that doesn't sit right with me. Like, usually I really love books that have actual illustrations on them, so I don't know why I don't love this cover. And last but not least, I have my solo exchange diary by Nagata Kabi? I think, probably not. So this is the sequel to My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness. So I read My Lesbian Experience with Loneliness and liked it. It deals with a lot of dark stuff. It is a memoir and it deals with like mental health and I guess questioning and figuring out your sexuality. So obviously this is a sequel, so I haven't actually read much to do with the actual what she talks about in this. The art style looks the same as the first book, like pink, black and white, which is cute when dealing with a lot of serious stuff. Trigger warnings for like depression and self-harm if you read the first one. I do have backup books or like additional books that I'll probably read doing the queerathon, such as Moonstruck, which is an graphic novel, and I think this is FF romance with a werewolf and another magical creature in like this magical world. So that sounds a lot of fun. I also have these other books that have queer representation. I have Furyborn here. I accidentally bought this forgetting that I'd bought the audiobook of this book because I'm currently subscribed to Audible, but I want to cancel it. I bought the audiobook of this book like on a whim in the hopes of being able to cancel Audible without losing any credits, but I forgot I did that. So hopefully I like it to justify having 2 different editions of it. So that's my TBR. I'm also going to be doing Tis the Season-a-thon, doing the Readathon, so there's going to be like overlap, but I'm still going to try and just like read queer books. So if you know any like really great queer books that take place over like a winter holiday, please tell me, because there's not many that I've came across. There's like one that I know of at this moment, and it's a short story with other things. I haven't found anything by itself yet. I could tell you guys a bunch of short stories. Like I'll Be Home for Christmas, which is an anthology that has a few queer stories in it, but like it's also meant to be about homelessness and Christmas. Those writing prompts can be taken many different ways. So I will see you weirdos next time, where I will finally edit all those videos I filmed for Pride. Farewell. And this is my TBR for the queer lit-a-thon. Readathon. I want to skip Readathon. Queer lit-a-readathon. Just to go along with that queer goal. Puns are only funny if they're accidental. I've been reviewing books for 6 years. Longer maybe. I'm going to edit out a lot of junk from this video.